Visiting with Huell Hauser is made possible through a generous grant from the Ralph M. Parsons Foundation.
Fish Harbor, where 15 canneries wait for the silvery harvest of the sea. Fish packing plants have made Los Angeles the largest fish canning center in the world, a $100 million business. This industry is an important contribution of the harbor to the economy of Los Angeles and to the West's food supply.
For years, canneries were part not only of the economy of Southern California, but the landscape as well. People took them for granted, as if they'd always be there. Canneries were part of what Terminal Island and San Pedro were all about. But over the years, for a variety of reasons, this once thriving industry began to fade away, until by the 1980s, the last cannery on the Los Angeles waterfront closed. It was the end of a very colorful era. But guess what? A cannery is now back here on Terminal Island. And we're down here, it's very early in the morning, and we're watching a boat that's come back in from being out fishing for, I guess, a long time. How long have they been out at sea?
Well, fishing is very good, so they only went out for about a week, and they were able to fill up with bluefin that was caught locally here.
Now, I'm standing here with Joe Hamby, and you're president of this cannery that started back up here on Terminal Island, right?
Yeah, that's right. We've been packing since the middle of June. This cannery had been shut down, was in bankruptcy. We bought it out of bankruptcy, and we're getting up to full production now.
Well, let's take a look. Look at this. Now, what are we looking at coming up here in the bucket?
Okay, this is California bluefin, and this fish has been frozen on board after it was caught. The guys in the hold are taking it out of the fish hold. It's so cold, it's only 12 degrees. This is hard frozen. We can go over here and knock on it. It's so cold. This is really good for the quality when you take the heat out of the fish quickly.
Oh my gosh, look at all these fish. You're right, that is hard as a rock. That is amazing. And now my hand smells like this whole area does, because this cannery certainly can't sneak up on you, can it?
No, of course, this fish itself doesn't smell because it has been hard frozen, but when we're in the process of cooking the fish and we render, we make fish meal, we do all the wastewater treatment, that's what causes the odor, the byproducts. Like when you cut the guts out of this stuff, it smells.
Then you must have a lot of byproducts going, because I'm telling you, there's definitely a fishy smell here today. Now, is this area of Terminal Island the area that would have been filled with canneries in years past?
Yeah, in fact, you can see across the way this green structure between just to the right of that red boat and to the left of the Career Boy in the background. That was Sarkis Cannery, which when they left and went to Puerto Rico and Samoa, that was left here, and they sold it to a fisherman's co-op to make an effort at canning mackerel, squid, and sardines. But that, too, went bankrupt.
Look at all the guys. Now, are these all actual fishermen? Would they have all been on this boat, or are these guys that just come on board to help load up when it comes in?
Yeah. Some of these guys are the unloaders, which are hired by the boat to unload the fish. And the others, half of them would be the crew. The crew doesn't like to do the unloading. They have other jobs to do, like maintaining the boat, get it ready to go fishing again.
Now, would these all have been guys that would have done this in the past, been put out of work, and are now back at work because your cannery is open?
Certainly the unloaders are people that are back to work. The fishing boats have, so let's say, reduced their activity because there is no one to buy their fish, except maybe exporters. But now these guys are making quick turnarounds and frankly doing quite well.
Yeah, so there's some good money in it.
Yeah, for them, with fishing so close by and being able to load up 140 tons of fish worth, some of this is worth as much as $1,000 a ton. You can do the math yourself. If you can do that in once a week, you're doing all right.
The canneries are back.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be good. It's going to be a great thing, that. I think so.
Did you think they'd ever be back?
Not like old-timer for sure, not like old time. I don't know if you know the old time, and it was a real great place because they were 3 or 4 factories together working all day. But I think if they come in this and another one, it's going to be a great thing.
Yeah. Now, what did you just say to me?
Now you smell like fish.
How do you get rid of that fishy smell?
Perfume. Take a shower every day. 2 times a day.
Yeah, because it kind of gets...
Oh, you breathe it. You do. After you sweat, it'll come out.
Really?
So you take hot showers.
So in other words,
A lot of perfume.
It gets in your system.
Yeah, when you're breathing it, so you got to put a lot of perfume with it.
How many years you been in this business?
About 17.
17 years.
Yeah, 17 years.
So anybody who knows you is used to you smelling like fish.
That's the old lady. That's the old lady. She's used to it.
Here you go.
Okay, this is our thawing area. And you can
Your
see
what?
Thawing. This is where the fish is thawed out. See in here, all of this fish is now, this albacore, being thawed out, ready to be cooked, to be butchered and then cooked later today. This system uses a big sump tank, looked like a big swimming pool, where the water circulates through these tanks and is chlorinated and filtered, and then you can thaw out a bin of basically 1 ton of fish in 1 bin. Takes about an hour and a half or so, depending on the size and species of the fish.
Boy, you are thawing out a lot of fish back here.
Just like Mom used to do.
Yeah, sure. All right. This is fascinating, don't you think? I mean, this is exciting for me.
Well, everyone that comes through here is fascinated by the process, because they wonder, how do you get that tuna in a little can and what goes into it?
Now, we are missing the butchering room because you told me the butchering people don't start until afternoon.
Well, until the fish is thawed out.
I got you.
So we'll see that later.
Okay, what have we got here?
Well, these
are the ovens.
Yeah, these are the big, we call them pre-cookers, because actually the tuna, after it's butchered, you know, of course we test it to make sure it's good enough quality and doesn't have any spoilage. After it's butchered and cooked and goes into the can, then these cylindrical things here, these are called retorts. This is where the cans are sanitized. So any bacteria that's picked up anywhere along the process is killed in here.
Look what we got here.
Yeah, that's the packing room, and looks like the ladies are going, some of them are going on their break.
God.
That's what I said, everyone, their jaw drops when they come into this room, because this is a huge room and it's full of people cleaning fish. Yeah, what you see here is the fish is coming from the cooling room, and it's these guys, all the men, are putting baskets of fish on cleaning tables for the ladies to clean. And you can watch what they're doing. They're scraping all of the skin, taking the head off, taking the bones out, taking all the dark meat, separating all the dark meat. So what we put up on the table on the top and the conveyor is fish that'll go into the can, and it's all been...
Well, this is exactly the way I have seen it in all of the old films that talk about the way it used to be here.
Yeah, there's no substitute for the dexterity and the control that a woman that has a lot of experience to make the fish quality the best you can possibly get. There's no machine that can do this. We like to see you can look at these ladies, you know, most of them have 10, 15, 20 years experience cleaning tuna, and they are very, very good. These are our stars, because any defect that goes in the can would have to pass by all of these ladies, and they don't allow that to happen.
Now, you're the supervisor here?
Yes, I am.
So how many ladies are you supervising here?
Well, right now we have 159 cleaners, and then we have about 10 inspectors, and so we supervise quite a bit.
So the job title here is cleaner.
Exactly. These women are cleaning. They're cleaners here. They clean the loins of fish, and we put them on the machine so we can get packed.
How do you train someone to be a cleaner?
Well, some have experience already that have worked here, and some we just teach them how to do it. You know, it takes time, but they get the hang of it, and they get...
Let's walk over here. She's cleaning this big piece of fish here. Now, how does this work?
Actually, what she does is she cleans it. She takes the skin off first, and then she goes with the belly, cleans the belly, makes sure the belly and the fish is very well clean, and she takes it by pieces. Once she breaks out the pieces, she cleans the middle, cleans it out, and places it on top of the belt so it can be canned. They take out bones, the blood, we separate it, and we clean it, and we place it up on the belt.
Yeah, because here's the bone tray down here.
This here is considered the garbage where they pick up, the guys will come in, pick up all the garbage that's placed here.
Now, what happens to the bone?
Well,
do they do anything with them?
Actually, I think what they do is they place them, they take them out, and I don't know exactly what they do with them, but...
well, that's not your responsibility.
Right. I just take care of my cleaners, make sure the job is well done.
Well, look at all these ladies. Hi, ladies. How you doing? I tell you what, I think everybody's glad to be working here, aren't they?
Yes, definitely. They're glad the company's back in business, and we're doing really well. So they're doing really well.
Oh, boy, look at the fish.
Right.
It's just kind of, you got it stacked up here, and it's on a little conveyor belt?
Right. What it is that we try to organize it where we can take it to the machine and it can be canned.
Look how it moves. Yeah. Let's walk down here to the...
Okay, we also have another head supervisor that works with me. Okay?
Oh, now we got a whole nother...
Right. Here we got...
thing going down here. Come over and talk to us a minute. Come here. Howdy, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Now, how long have you been working with fish like this?
31 years. 31.
31 years?
Yes.
So you know fish pretty well, don't you?
Yes.
Is it a pretty good job?
Yes, it's a pretty good job. Yeah.
So did you think you'd ever be back here? Or did you think it was closed forever?
I come back.
You're just glad to be back.
Yes, I come back.
All right, what's happening now? Can you explain to us what's happening down here?
Well, what they're doing, they're packing a solid pack, and then they separate out from the solid loins any flake. And then we pack the flake separately because it's a different product.
Let's go look at it. Let's go look at it. Now, this looks like the tuna that I know and love right here.
Yes, I clean the loins and the got the flake and looking for the bone, no skin, no blood. It's a special package. It's good fish. It's a fillet only. It's nice.
Filet. Is that what this is?
Well, no, this is what we call a flake. Maybe it loses something in the translation.
Oh.
But this is what, we separate this flake from the loin, or actually in the cleaning process, you generate some flake. Some people put the flake, they mix the flake in with the loin and get rid of it that way. We don't. We separate it and pack it for people that want flake. So then our solid pack and our chunk pack have very little flake in it.
Flake? I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, look at this. This is flake. I can touch this because this will be sanitized in the retorts later.
Wait a minute, you're putting your hands in that.
Yeah, no problem, because after this is in the can and the can is sealed, we heat it up to a temperature where it kills all bacteria.
So I can touch this now?
Yes, you can. You can taste it. This is good. See, it's dry.
Well, how could I eat this now if it hadn't been sanitized?
Well, you take a little risk now, but you're a big, strong guy. We eat it every day when we come to see what the flavor and texture of the fish is. We eat this every day off the line.
Very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Now, this lady's working on...
This is skipjack. This is a smaller species of tuna, but this group here is doing a protocol pack where we're testing the fish before we start the mass production.
Ah,
so this is like a sample pack.
So you're expanding.
Oh, yeah.
Getting different kind of fish.
We pack what the fishermen can catch.
I got you. Now, have you worked here long?
For 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
Would you recommend it? Is it a good job?
Oh, yeah. Everything that's good. Take care. That's good job. And good food.
And what?
Good food.
Good food?
Yeah.
So how much tuna do you eat?
A lot. Every weekend, 2 or 3 cans.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And do you ever slip a little bit right now, just like out of the box there?
Yeah.
You have a little taste?
You want it? Or me?
Can you give me a taste? Now, this is a good clean piece. Oh, she's going to feed them.
Quería que se lo diera en la boca.
Very good.
Very good.
You like working here?
Yes.
Good job?
Yeah. Good.
So you have people really of all ages working here too, don't you?
Yeah, we do. But our average experience is probably more than 10 years. In fact, our wages are based on amount of seniority. So the younger workers who aren't as adept as these experienced ladies, they start at a lower level and then they work their way up.
I got it. So there really is a pecking order of seniority here.
Oh, very much.
All right, now where are we going?
We're going to walk around to where the cans are sealed, well, first filled and then sealed. And we'll be walking backwards along the process, but you'll also be able to see some of our regular pack, which is based on the loins.
Now, here comes the bone guy right here. I asked somebody earlier, what happens to the bones?
Well, yeah.
What does happen to the bone?
Well, you see, all of this is separated by the ladies that are cleaning the fish. They take off the head and the tails and take out the bones and the skin. All of those things go into reduction to make fish meal, and that's sold for animal feed or fertilizer. So we have our own.
So you don't waste anything?
Not at all.
And here come the fish on the conveyor belt over here. I'll tell you what. You're not going to run out of fish anytime soon.
Well, we would like to base everything on fish directly from the boats, but fishing is seasonal, so we have to have a big stockpile of frozen fish in our 6,000-ton freezer.
Boy, look at all. Here, more of your ovens over here.
Yeah, that's another area. So let's walk across to where we can see the cans and the fish going into the cans. Morning, Willie.
Boy, there is so much. I tell you, there is such a sense of activity and excitement in this room. This is an exciting place.
Everyone likes to see the fish on the dock, but when they come to this room, you really get a feeling of energy and enthusiasm. These people are so upbeat about doing a job which, in fact, is repetitious, but we always have different fish. We have different standards of pack. Here, we can pack any way the customer wants. They tell us they want this kind of fish, this kind of fill weight, this kind of cleaning. We can do whatever they want because we can control on this every day, differently.
I didn't realize tuna was such a big hunk of meat. There's a lot of fish there.
Yeah, it seems like God made tuna for us to for people to eat. There's hardly, the percentage recovery. If you take some species, you have so much waste. But in some of these bigger fish, we get as much as 60% is usable, like loin, just perfectly white meat that can be canned.
That's just a lot of meat up here.
Well, also the tuna is a great swimmer, and it eats. It's very fast through the water. It has a great diet. And it all turns into muscle, and this muscle is what you see that we're packing and putting in the can.
Well, that's why tuna is so popular. That's why so many people eat it.
It's been that way for about 100 years, I think.
Yeah.
And we're continuing the tradition.
Now we're getting down to business here.
Yeah, this is our institutional food service pack. 4 pounds of tuna. Look, it's all loins and big pieces. These things, there's a point of no return. This fish has been checked over, and now they're just putting loins into this trough, and it's feeding into this filling machine. And the cans are being fed by gravity down, and then the fish is pressed into the can and travels down the line where water and salt.
So this is your primo meat right here. This is the best stuff right here.
Actually, it's not. This is our standard pack. You would have to say that if we had a solid pack where there are no pieces, and perhaps even an albacore pack with the pure white meat, that would be the most expensive pack that we would do.
Now, can I pick up a piece of this?
Oh, sure. This is perfect. Again, this is sanitized later, so it doesn't matter that we're touching it. That's a nice loin.
Yeah.
No defects. That's you can make a steak out of that if you wanted to. That's perfect.
Look at the size of these. Look at this. And the bones are all out of here. This is pure meat.
There's no bones. There's no scales. Nothing but edible tuna.
This is about 4 tuna fish, 5 tuna fish sandwiches right here.
Yeah, maybe for you. For other people, 10.
Now, what is this?
Well, this is a light meat food service pack. You see the salt is on the top. And
So that's salt there.
Yeah, because this fish, when we tested it, we saw it wasn't salty enough. We like to see about 1.8% salt.
Okay, so let's put that back down here, and then it goes down the line. And what is this, water?
No, that's a vegetable broth that adds to the flavor of the canned tuna. And then,
Vegetable broth.
yes, it is. Then the water is added right afterwards.
Oh, here's the water down here. Now, do you put oil in it as well, or is all of your stuff water?
Well, we can pack anything the customer wants. This is spring water, and the majority of our product is spring water, but we do pack almost every day an oil pack. One of the reasons oil pack is particularly attractive to us because the imports have about a 30-some% duty on oil pack, but only a 12.5% duty on water pack.
So this is spring water.
It is.
You're putting in it right now.
Yeah, and so that'll dissolve the salt and penetrate the water through the can, make it even moister, have more moisture in it, make better texture. And when it comes out, it's like a big meatloaf. You dump it upside down, it looks like a big meatloaf.
Now, for the first time today, we've come to a quiet place. And what's going on in here?
Well, it's Jim Rowe, a quality assurance guy. He's doing a can cutting.
Did I
Jim,
see you sniffing a can of tuna there?
Yes, I'm smelling for the odor and any kind of off odors, or real good turkey, chicken odors that we have in the cans.
So how does this, what are you doing here? Tell us what's happening.
And we're breaking it apart, and we're looking for the texture. It's a nice firm texture. We're looking also for color, any kind of cleaning defects.
Uh-huh.
And what we see here is nice firm texture, and it's got a good odor, and it's a nice color. It's a beautiful pack.
And you're the assistant over here.
Yes.
You look like a doctor over here with your...
Oh, I see.
What do? You write all this down?
Uh-huh. All the things he told me to write.
If there's a problem or...
Yeah, and I tell him, no, Jim, sometimes, he have to agree with me.
Oh, so you're in charge in here. I got you.
Well, yeah, aren't they all women in charge?
Well, now, how did you get to be the tester? Does he have a good nose?
Yeah, he's been to a nose school, actually.
No, come on.
We call it a sensory analysis school. It was done by the NMFS, which is National Marine Fisheries Service, Department of Commerce. And they sent me to school, and they taught me how to sensory analyze fish.
In other words, how to smell tuna.
Right.
He has the best nose. No, I'm serious. And then they rate the students according to their ability, and he had the highest rating.
So you had the highest rating in the ability to smell. Now, how do you smell it? Let me...
Okay, what we do is, this is excellent tuna, by the way. We take it in here.
You squash it all up.
And then you smell it. And this has a nice turkey smell to it.
It does smell like turkey. Wait a minute.
Good stuff. Really good stuff. And then we taste it, and it tastes either chicken or turkey.
If it doesn't, then it doesn't pass muster.
How much tuna do you eat a day?
Well, according to my size, I think you can kind of guess a lot.
You better start tasting tuna packed in water instead of in oil.
Yeah. Over 300 cans a day we open.
Oh, come on.
No, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
You all test 300 cans of tuna a day?
We do a pre-test, which we call a protocol test for delivery of tuna. Make sure that when it goes into production, it's a good grade.
Oh, my gosh.
There's nothing random about this, Huel.
Well, you're back. Now, are you going to be able to make it? It's a tough business, isn't it? I mean, it's not... Is it kind of day-to-day, or do you think it's going to work this time?
I think it's going to work because of the commitment of everyone that's involved in this. And I'm talking about the customers, too, because they need a domestic packer. it's very inconvenient for them to rely on foreign suppliers. And if our customers will support us and understand what we're trying to do here and appreciate the quality that we're putting into the can, we'll make it no problem.
And you're putting people to work right here on Terminal Island.
Yeah, I think in our brochure we should have all of these hundreds of people on the cover with smiles on their face so the customers appreciate what's going on.
Yeah. Well, here it is, California. Boy, it's loud around here. California Sunset, gourmet yellowfin tuna, packed in spring water, caught in one of our American boats right over here, based in San Pedro, cleaned, canned, packed, and packaged right over here in your cannery.
By American labor, American unionized labor, I should say. And everyone's proud of it. We'll put that against anybody's tuna any day. That's a gourmet pack. It's only for our special customers. But this stuff is beyond belief. You open that against another can of tuna, there's no comparison.
Okay, we got the can of tuna right here, and I guess we go from the end here. Yep, these guys are still unloading over here. They're not even close to being at the bottom. Here they are, right here, unloading the tuna. The cannery business is back here in San Pedro on Terminal Island, back in business.
Many species of tuna are prepared in the canneries, but yellowfin tuna, which run up to 200 pounds or more per fish, is one of the primary species caught in tropical waters. 5,000 persons are employed in the canneries. Fish have become a more important item in the daily diet of our people. A good pack of tuna means not only prosperity for the fishermen themselves, but security for the cannery workers and better nutrition for the nation.
Visiting with Huell Hauser is made possible through a generous grant from the Ralph M. Parsons Foundation.